This man has been in the news all month for surprising everyone with his resignation from Riyadh as Prime Minister of Lebanon. But once safely again on his home soil, Saad Hariri changed his mind. Appreciating the humor in this entire episode is challenging unless one understands how and why Lebanese politics ticks or doesn't. Let's go back to 1989. Not quite the end of the Lebanese Civil War, but definitely the beginning of the end of it. In 1989, Lebanese leaders gathered in Saudi Arabia to sign the Taif Agreement, which set the foundations for Lebanese politics as we know it today. At the heart of the agreement was Lebanon's principle of coexistence, which aimed to ensure power was spread equally across all religious sects. This is important because it's what the Civil War was all about in the first place. One of the leading architects of the Taif Agreement was Rafiq Hariri, who later became Prime Minister. Now let's go forward a bit. February 2005, Rafiq Hariri is assassinated in a car bomb attack in downtown Beirut. It divided Lebanon into two camps: those who believe Syria and Hezbollah were behind Hariri's death, or the March 14th Alliance, and those who didn't, the March 8th Alliance, birthing Lebanon's two main political blocs. The March 8 Alliance is made up of Hezbollah and is supported by Iran, led by President Michel Aoun. The March 14 Alliance consists of the Future Movement and is supported by Saudi, led by Prime Minister Saad Hariri. Both camps follow the lead of their foreign backers, which so far hasn't led to an all-out proxy war in Lebanon. What it has done is make Lebanon a victim of political paralysis, where the government rarely agrees on new policies. Like during the garbage crisis in 2016, when politicians bickered over the country's waste disposal policy, leaving heaps of uncollected garbage across Beirut. So let's go to 2016. After 2 years of political deadlock, Lebanon's parliament finally agreed on the appointment of Michel Aoun as president, who was only appointed after Hariri and his camp gave their blessing. Lebanese politicians then went on to promise that the two blocs were ready to effectively work together. They even managed to approve a state budget for the first time in 12 years. Fast forward to November 4th, 2017. Saad Hariri announces his resignation out of Riyadh and does little to quash speculation that he was being forced to do so. He cites fears of assassination and meddling from Iran. Michel Aoun and his government reject Hariri's resignation and call for him to come back home. Hariri then arrives in Beirut, suspends his resignation, and tones down his anti-Iran rhetoric. Now it's unclear what Hariri will do next, and whether he will follow through with his resignation or not. So Lebanon currently stands at a precipice. Hariri's next move could either reignite the bitter rivalry between the two blocs or ease them if he decides to resume his post. For now, Lebanese politics finds itself back in a state of disarray, and the hope sparked in 2016 by the cooperation between Michel Aoun and Saad Hariri now seems like a distant memory. So what's next for Lebanon?